Well, let's head to Israel now and catch up with Joel Burnie from the Australia, Israel and Jewish Affairs Council. Joel, thank you so much for joining me from over there. I want to start with the President of Israel. He wants Prime Minister Anthony Albanese to come over, to come to the country and finally sit down and have long-awaited talks. What are the chances, do you think, of the Prime Minister taking up his offer? I mean, I know we spoke to Chris Kenny from Israel last night on the show, and he said that the Prime Minister's recent strong rhetoric against Israel has reached the country and people are simply not happy. But why do you think that the President wants to have these conversations still?
Well, thank you very much for having me, Danica. I'm here on the northern border in Israel in a beautiful place called Metula, in and amongst the destruction impacted by Hezbollah over the past 20-month war with Lebanon. Very interesting question that you've got about the meeting with the President yesterday, as reported by Paul Kelly in The Australian. The invitation's out there. The President of Israel has invited the Prime Minister to come and visit here. And the question is, what type of benefit would that do? So we've had the recent comments by the Prime Minister, which again continue the perceived one-sided criticism of what used to be a very close friend of Australia's. And essentially what the President is saying, that if you are so concerned about what is going on here, how about you come here and you visit? Instead of, throwing mud or criticizing through words, how about you come here with your actions, see how things are going, see what's happening on the ground here and come up with practical solutions. So I think that the invitation is a good one. But I dare say that I highly doubt that the Prime Minister has it on his plans to come visit here anytime soon.
Well, it's a real shame that he hasn't yet. I just think it's a disgrace. I mean, Israel has always been a key ally of Australia for a very, very long time. And it's all right for the Prime Minister to stand in Australia and play politics on this issue. But I think it would be worthwhile going over there and trying to make peace after what's been a disastrous year and a half with Labor's rhetoric. Now, look, speaking of, Joel, it's been 600 days since Hamas's attack on October 7 in 2023. Another milestone passes, yet there's still a number of hostages being held. But there's been a rally in Tel Aviv to support those who are still being held hostage. Tell us about it.
Well, look, the country here is very much united in the need to get the hostages back. 600 days, as you said, it's an awfully long time to be held in a dark dungeon underneath some tunnel system in Gaza, with little access to any type of food, water and essential needs. The country needs to heal, and the country needs not all hostages back, not just the live hostages, but also the bodies. 600 days is such an awful period of time. And this country is in deep need for the return of the hostages. There appears to be some potential positive development on a new temporary ceasefire, which would allow for the release of some hostages. There's quite a lot of chatter happening about that. And you could imagine that the interest of the Israeli public is listening intently on the developments over the next 24 to 48 hours, with the hope that at least some of those hostages will be returned to Israel shortly. But it's captivating the public here, Danica. There's no doubt that everyone here in the streets is in their yellow colours in solidarity with the hostages. And look, at the end of the day, we hear these comments from the Prime Minister, we hear these comments from other so-called allies of Israel. All of this conflict could come to an end, Danica, if Hamas would lay down their arms and hand over the hostages. It's a simple demand to ask of them. Instead of criticizing Israel, we should be working together with all of our allies just to do those two simple things: the immediate and unconditional release of the hostages, as well as Hamas laying down their arms. That will bring an immediate end to this war.
Absolutely. And the problem right now is you've got Western nations, you've got Australia, the UK. The focus is always on criticising Israel. It's not, the focus should be on Hamas, as it should have been from the very beginning when they started this war. And that is the problem. Joel Burnie, good to speak with you. Thanks so much for your time this evening. Really appreciate it.